the Alchemy Show.
Hey, John here with a couple tips to help you out during the cold winter months. We all know that driving and cold weather don't mix, so it's always good to know what you're doing both before and while you're driving. The first set of tips I'll be giving you is pre-driving preparation that can keep you from breaking down or wrecking in the first place. There are some good things you should do before you should even set foot in your car. Always check your antifreeze at least once a year, maybe more depending on how bad a winter you are having. This will help protect your car against freezing. Along with this, you should always inspect all fluid levels, lights, and your heater to make sure they are working at full capacity. Also, before you head to your destination, heat up your car at least 10 minutes so the frost will melt off the windshields and the car is not too cold. If you are in a car crash, you should always have some supplies that will help you. You should always have a medical bag at all times and a couple other winter-related items, like salt or cat litter or any type of abrasive material, or traction mats, to see if you can get yourself unstuck. Also, having a snow shovel and brush wouldn't hurt, along with an ice scraper. You should always have matches and a blanket of some sort, or anything to keep yourself warm, in case the car isn't working. And always have your phone or warning flares on you for communication.
When you are driving anywhere in cold, icy, or snowy areas, always drive with the most precautions and keep your eyes on the road at all times for black ice and ice altogether. Try to keep cruise control off on slick surfaces, and always be aware when you're on bridges because they can freeze much faster than a regular road. Always drive much slower and give at least 2 times the regular distance between you and the car in front of you. If you ever skid, just steer in the direction that you want your car to go. Do not slam on the brake because that may cause more swerving. This is John Shilley with tips to drive in icy weather.
You and your family don't want to be cold in the winter and hot in the summer, so make sure you are wearing appropriate clothing for the season, as well as the right temperature. If it is 100 degrees outside, wear shorts and tanks or regular t-shirts. And if it is 30 below, wear sweats, sweatshirts, coats, scarves, and gloves. Also, depending on how long you are outside working in the winter, make sure you're wearing extra socks and other clothes so you don't get cold, and make sure they are waterproof so if snow or water gets on your clothes, you don't catch a cold and get sick. Also, you could always take off the extra layers and still be wearing enough to be outside. There are many sicknesses you can get from the cold, such as colds, flu, and pneumonia. Some people even freeze to death. That is why it is always so important to keep you and the rest of your family warm and toasty in the winter. That is why it is always good to wear the right kind of clothes in the winter and in the summer. The weather outside is getting colder and colder, folks, so bundle up. Today I'm going to give you some winter tips on winter clothing, such as hats, coats, sweaters, scarves, and extra socks. Make sure not only you, but your children are wearing appropriate clothing, not shorts, tank tops, short skirts, or bikini strap shirts, so you and your children won't get sick.
I will be talking about cold weather tips for your pets. One tip is to keep your pet inside or let them out when you hear them at the door. Otherwise, your pets could freeze out there. It's just safe to keep them inside. Another way to tell if your pet is by the door is to listen for whatever sound they make when they're ready to come inside. Another tip is to make sure they have fur or some way to keep warm. Even pets can get hypothermia. If you have a dog that stays outside, use a heated pad, putting it inside their doggy house. You could also use hay inside their house or pen. All of these options can help you and your pet get through the winter times. It is highly advised that when you keep animals inside, they are put in a certain room. This will ensure that your decorations will stay up during the Christmas holidays. The cold temperatures can harm your beloved pet, so it is important you keep them indoors during the harsh winter months. So let the cat in.
Wintertime is a very beautiful time of year. However, even the most beautiful things can be deadly and extremely expensive. There are many ways to save energy and conserve heat in the summer months, but what about in the winter? Here are some tips for keeping your house warm for less money during the winter. Check caulk cracks near the fireplace, doors, windows, and floors. These cracks allow airflow from outside into your house, and during the winter, that means that the cold invades your warm home. Even a small crack in caulk can increase your electricity bill by 5%. These cracks can be fixed very easily and for cheap. You can even just go to your local Home Depot. Windows closed and sealed tight. Even if you have a screen door, keeping both doors closed will greatly benefit your wallet. And something you can do to the windows during the evening hours is cover them with curtains or drapes. The final tip is completely and totally free. Use a giant ball of fire that's miles away from the earth to warm your home. When the sun comes up during the winter, it rises from the south. So open the curtains on the south side of your house and let the sunlight warm those rooms. Surprisingly, it works fantastically. Have a safe and joyful winter.